we didn't have minutes from a previous meeting.
That's
because-
on me.
But we didn't have agenda, a quorum, did we?
Oh, that's right, that's right. That's
No,
not
we
on me,
didn't.
that's just because
I
there
was
wasn't enough
fixing to
here.
say.
Yay, I didn't fail at something, okay, good deal.
Okay, financial statement.
Well, we're money ahead, so it looks like we're doing
Yeah.
all right.
Is there anything out of the ordinary?
Not that I can remember. We're still paying on the stuff for the plant.
Yeah.
Um, That's gonna be the reason repair and maintenance is up so high. There was a $26,000
Yeah.
bill to electric company, not electric company, but electric,
Right, Hale,
yeah.
yeah, Hale Electric.
That's on the new system, wasn't it?
Triple H.
Yeah.
Have we received all the checks from the insurance company?
We got a call today or an email or something that said that that they are waiting on us to issue some more. I'm assuming that was supposed to be something else that I did that I wasn't told I had to do.
Yeah.
So that's another, the whatever happened at the end of January 30th, there's been nothing billed to them since.
Yes.
So I gotta go back and pull all of February, but I don't think, matter of fact, I know what is left to bill is not covered. Because we're only about 10,000 more, that's all we have left.
Right,
That's all we got in insurance.
That's all we got in insurance, and there's
Yeah.
way more than that that's gotta be billed, so. I will work on that after I get bills out, tomorrow, Wednesday, so.
okay. Well, whenever y'all get through there, I'll entertain a motion on the financials.
Make a motion, we approve the financials.
Second?
Second.
Alright.
Second.
All in favor? Okay. Now, we can get down to our plan update. It's on our old business. I went ahead and applied for the first step of the WAC, or two WAC, for, to put in a new plant. So it's $13.6 million.
That's split two ways, right?
Huh?
That's split two ways, right?
I don't know. Cause we put it off out yonder, I don't know yet.
Okay.
But
What is WAC, Rusty? What is that for?
With
Water.
approved credit.
yeah,
Oh, shit. Well, that ain't good.
it's the government.
Hey, well, yeah, that's what
it's
I
the
was-
government
okay.
funds to
Yeah.
get our money from. But, anyway, what we had to do, we had to apply for it.
Yeah.
And have to put in how many people we serve, what's the income, or, average income, and all this stuff. So you had to get all that in there. And two, they had to put in there when's their last time we had a rate increase. So we had to put all that in there, and then what they'll do is you know how they operate, they drag around about everything. So they'll come back and say, okay, you are approved on stage one, now here's your paperwork for stage two. And that's when we'll decide who's gonna take it, us, or if it's gonna be us and Little Creek, or where it's ending up out there, though, it may be on us. But if we get enough of this stuff took care of to where we can put it on us, I'd rather it just be ours. That's just me.
It's just better off that way.
What, what will happen then with Little Creek? Will they just buy the water from South Sheridan?
Well, this plant will still be operating, and it's half ours.
Yeah, okay.
So, anyway, cause what it's doing is, we're bumping 85-90% on our capacity. So, that ain't a good thing. And then too, if something happens, we'd have another plant to fall back on, but that way, this one can produce part of it, and that night younger can
Right.
produce part of it, and anyway. And here a while back, the governor put in a thing about the state had $9.8 million to give out to water companies. Well, they've give up a bunch of it. 2 days ago, there was 30 or 40 water systems got approved, so I went ahead, since it was pushing for time and we didn't have a quorum last month, I just went ahead and put in, for this one out here, to change out the filters that's in it and go to a green media that traps magnesium and iron better than what's in there. Our finished water's fine, but this is to trap it before it ever gets into that far stage. And, you know, the money that the state put out was for, Dow Pharmaceuticals, the plants that's dumped into the river, chemicals that got aerated, you know, over the years. Anyway, magnesium's fifth one on the line. So we did test high for magnesium in the raw water.
So it
So,
was treated right.
yeah. So what it amounts to is we do fall within the guidelines. So we may not get 1 red cent from them.
We don't have to treat for magnesium.
Right, we don't
It's
have to
not
treat-
high enough that we have to treat for it.
Right. So it's just, it's on the bottom level and they may not give us a cent, but if they do, then that's one better thing that we didn't have. Would be new filters. And like I said, it run over $1 million. But they may or may not. It's just hard to say.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
How many customers do we service? I'm in the area, so.
15, what is it, Amanda?
It's a little less than 1,500, isn't it?
No,
Mm-mm.
I thought it was like 1558.
No, it's,
1,600.
That's just South Sheridan.
Yeah.
yeah, it's,
It's bumping 16, if I'm not mistaken.
I've actually asked, and she's told me that in water bills, that she sends out that many water bills. Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
I've heard that number before. Okay.
Thanks.
yeah,
You remind me.
I was trying to think what I just paid for.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sitting at the post office right now. Water bills are going out. They'll go out in the morning.
It's,
Don't lose
I think it's closer to like 17, 18.
Oh, is it?
1,718, give or take. That's what the last two's been done on meter readers,
Okay.
so.
That's actual meters in use.
Yes, not, yeah, give or take, cause I'm trying to think what I paid him last month, but I think that's real close.
And then Little Creek's running probably 1,500.
Are they that high?
No, they're,
I thought they were closer
14?
to,
no, they're a little,
13.
they're like 12 to 13.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What was the
okay.
final number there?
somewhere around 1,700,
Okay.
we'll just say that.
Okay.
I might be a little, shooting it over, I can't remember what last month's check was.
Okay.
It's all bumping, man. It's getting close. 4,000 people on this entire system, right? Okay.
That don't leave us much spread, does it?
No, it sure don't. But anyway, I was gonna look too. Let's see, when's, they done a rate study on this, didn't they?
I know
Wasn't that from 23? They did a rate
I
study?
said they did one not so
I
long
was
ago,
fixing to say.
whenever our prices went up that last time was the last one I remember,
Right,
because that's why they had to go up, because they told us it was too low.
yeah. Well, it's very possible that they won't hurt us too bad, cause that's only been 2 years technically, 'cause if we started in 23. So anyway, we'll just have to wait till that comes back to see if we can, if in the government's eyes, we can afford to pay for a plant. Put it that way.
And with that 13.6, since we have approved drawings and all that, so we'll be able to get some grants.
maybe, what we gotta do is we gotta apply for the whole thing. And then, if they approve it, and we say, okay, we know now we have 100% enough money that we can get, then we can start looking for grants and stuff on it. And which, you know, it's different places we'll put in on them, but a lot of times their grants don't amount to a whole lot. But anyway, that's all I got on old business. But I know it unless y'all know something. Alright, our new business. If you want to, we'll go ahead and hear what these folks has got, and then we'll go ahead with this other, cause it don't amount to nothing. So whoever wants to start, can start.
That's what you want.
Or you may wanna save me for last, cause I'm not gonna forget, you know that, so you
Yeah,
can, you
yeah.
can put me on the end if you want, or I can start, I mean,
Or
I
I
really.
could, yeah, I can start in the end. But I've been talking to Rusty, and it's still very yellow right now.
Well, they
We've
flushed,
had like a decline.
they flushed you again today.
They did?
Yeah. And they did find some,
Okay.
in which it's still some in
Cannot
our
hear what
system.
she said. She's, they flushed her again today. She's still got yellow water, or,
That green can, that's something, did them guys in the health department look at that?
No, and when they came, my water was clear
Oh,
as a bale.
that's about normal.
Yeah, and so, but, you know, it was clear for a while. I was doing laundry. I thought, you know,
Yeah,
everything was great, and then there was just that gradual, and then it's been like highlighter yellow, fluorescent, all the way to all different
yeah.
ranges. So, anyway, today it looks like, you know, a bunch of kids peed in the water. So,
It's definitely got better from what you did have though, right?
it is not, I do not have, yes, sir, yes, sir. Yes,
It ain't
sir.
mud no more.
Yes, sir.
has the sediment stuff that looked to be in yours gone down some too?
The dark sediment, yes, but there's still like, you know, it just reminds me of like sand, you know, a little bit of sand, like if
Gotcha.
you've been to the beach and it's in the bottom of the bathtub, you know, it's kinda like that.
Okay.
And
Huh.
so,
I don't know why it's picking on that neighborhood.
I promise you, like I can send pictures, but like the pictures, they don't really show exactly
Right.
what it looks like, except when it was really bad.
You
it
know,
showed.
I've never had cold water.
I have.
I have to.
I never had,
It made
It's
it down
never
my
been
way,
as bad as what she's gets.
but,
which I don't doubt it, you know.
yeah.
I just know I've never had none.
You know, it's real strange from where I'm sitting over there across the field from the tank. I might get water, yellow water today. It may skip 2 or 3 days and get it again. But it's nothing like what she said hers is.
Yeah.
I'm about like
Well,
Roy's.
you're another 200 or 300 yards from me.
Yeah, and if I didn't run it in the bathtub every day, and I have to do it every day to check to see if I can do laundry,
Yeah.
sometimes you wouldn't really recognize it. If you shower,
Yeah.
you don't really recognize it. But like even in the toilet, it's just, you know, it's just looks like somebody's,
haze to it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are we still putting a flocculent in there?
That's all I have.
Are we
Oh,
still- And that's, evidently that's worked. So how are we gonna start flushing that out? Or are you? We're just gonna let it stay suspended in the pipe and.
It'll stay there.
And, cause the reason I was asking, cause, you know, I'd like to see some of the hydrants flushed down through Slab County. You
Well,
know.
they're on the schedule,
Yeah.
and they've been getting done, but they just,
Okay.
See, one thing, let me tell you something about flushing. Okay, we backwash our filters every 3 or 4 days. And how many gallons it take to do a backwash?
Roughly 100 to 120,000.
Okay? And then, then we go open hydrants and stuff, and which we try to let people know, when this is happening and stuff like that. And first thing that happen is somebody will have to open my hydrant, I guess, just to see if you still, and then they go to hollering, I ain't got no water. I ain't got no water pressure and all this. So it takes a whole lot of water to flush. And like I said, we're running, at high capacity anyway. So really, there's not a whole lot of waste in it. Or that you're,
For flushing, I
Right.
think that's because we're at capacity or.
So-
what they're at.
we kinda have to, what we're trying to do is make a loop out of it, or make it however you wanna say it. But schedule like their neighborhood on Monday, and then you can move out, say to Jacobs Creek and like that, and just make the circle out of it. Without opening too many in one day. And then we turn out pretty good. But we sure don't wanna overload our system and, cause a big problem. Now, we do have they called back about schedule for cleaning the tanks?
Yeah, he hadn't got me on, or got us on the schedule yet. They're trying to wait, cause they've got like 2 or 3 more that they're gonna be doing in Arkansas. So they're trying to get them all scheduled to where they just come down to Arkansas for a whole week and
Okay.
do all of them.
Do what?
Have our tanks at our water plant cleaned.
They're
They're
doing-
due
About our
for,
water tower.
yeah,
Yeah,
How long has it been since they have been?
every 5 years they get cleaned,
So when was the last time?
5 years ago.
yeah, they're up
So
this
they
year.
have not been done since this incident at all?
The water towers?
Mhm.
No.
No,
I'm just curious as to why that hasn't been done, when that could be playing a big role in what's going
Because our
on.
water didn't get contaminated with anything.
no. And two, and even when the health department come last week, they said finished waters, last week before that. Anyway, when they was here, they said finished water's fine, and they checked it at the tower too.
So what is your, how do you explain what's going on?
There's just iron in the system that's going around in circles.
So where'd it come from?
It come from.
Come out of the ground.
Yeah. Come from the pipes. I mean, we went from whenever we lost everything, no pressure, to having pressure, and whenever you put pressure back through pipes, it breaks everything loose. And on top of that, sediment in the towers. All the towers, even those that got cleaned last year, they're gonna have sediment in them, and whenever you drain one, it all comes out.
So did the towers go empty when all this happened?
Oh, yeah,
When we went on a boil order,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the reason we had to go on a boil order.
Mhm.
yeah.
I
If
know
you
I'm
still
kinda
have,
backing up a little bit, but I haven't been to one of these meetings. I appreciate that it's open and we can listen.
oh yeah,
I don't appreciate that y'all didn't welcome us or introduce yourselves. And as far as communication, it's been very poor, and what has been out there has been totally unprofessional. I do not Facebook, I do not People of Sheridan. I haven't had one piece of mail telling me or explaining anything that is going on. Everybody gets bits and pieces. I think that's part of the problem in the community, that you get a lot of griping and not a lot of answers. And so I just wanna voice that, and I think one of my tipping points was seeing my nephew in bathwater like this. I've heard people complaining. I personally don't see it at my house, but I know it's pockets here and there. But when you see babies and children having to take baths in that mess, I think it's well overdue finding a solution.
and when was that?
That's been about 4 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago. But this has been ongoing at their house. That's actually better than it has been at some points.
Well, that may be, where's that at?
South of town, it's, they're on the end of the line off 167 between, Crossroads and Gibbs.
The end of the line. So
They've
it'd be
been
a dead end
flushed
road?
several times, they've been flushed several times, but it's like everyone's saying here, you know, clear up some.
Well, see, one thing is, some of these, if I knew specifically, I could tell you for sure, but is it the
They've been-
road with the chicken houses on it?
Yes, they've been in
Okay,
communication.
Marks Mitchell?
Yeah,
Yep.
they've been in communication and they do out in flushing it. You know, like I said, that's just kind of my tipping point.
Well, see, the only way we got to flush in that road is we go to Marks and pull a meter out and flush it, in which that's a small line, it ain't, you know, so.
And I know y'all have been out there, I'm not saying that.
We've, well, what I was gonna tell you is, we've ordered and have got in, and we've been installing, I think we've done 3 or 4, blow-offs on the line itself.
Mhm.
And see, the only blow-off they have is the hydrant at the highway, and that don't do their road a bit of good.
Mhm.
So what we're, in plans, is go to the end of that road and put a blow-off. Then that way, we're not trying to flush out through a 3/4 line, cause the water hoses do the same thing.
Mhm.
You know, we can open that 2-inch line, I guess that's 2 inch down the road, ain't it? Oh,
Yeah, that's 2
misspoke,
inch.
okay,
That's
I
2
thought it
inch.
was. But open that 2-inch line and we get a whole lot more out of it, and a whole lot more effect.
As far as manpower, do y'all have enough people to handle the problems you're seeing?
Yeah, I mean, we have enough people to, I mean, we can only
Yeah.
do what we can do, so we
Right.
have, but we do
That's what
have,
I'm asking.
yeah.
Are y'all stretched?
Well, I mean, no.
We can
we're
only
not.
do what the system will have room
Oh,
for,
yes.
and there's plenty to have that. It'd be different if we could open more lines or have, then yes, we could have to call people in to do that all day, but we can't, we don't have that much water to be
Okay,
able to
I
do that.
wasn't sure exactly how you're staffed, and I know y'all told me you're doing almost 4,000 customers. I don't know how many is on your crew.
There's
Mhm.
3 of us.
Yep. 30. And see, we get more, but anytime we add something like that, that adds to your water
Oh,
bill.
Sure, yeah, but if you're not meeting the demands of the system, that's not what I'm asking you.
No, we're meeting the demands of the system, it's just the system is just,
Because it just.
we can only do so much with the system, or else we
So
can.
if you build another plant, you're gonna have 2 plants to upkeep, so how's that gonna stretch your manpower? And I don't know your timeline for a new plant,
If they called right now and said, we have the money, by the time you go through engineering, and you go through the health department, you go through all them people, and you get the plant ordered and it gets built, you'd be looking at 2 years.
minimum.
Yeah.
Your rate increase, you mentioned in 2023, what percent, do you know roughly?
Do you remember, Amanda?
I don't have to know.
I don't remember.
Oh, were we at 23 and we're at
25.
25 now?
I think it went 23, 25.
I think it was,
Yeah.
I think that's what it was, it was $2.
Do they allow you to do another one when you've had an emergency like this happen?
You
a
can do them all you
disaster.
want to, but we try not to.
Yeah, we were mandated to do it last
Yeah.
time to be able to.
Yeah, we've always held off till they say, hey, y'all gotta, we're not helping you one bit till y'all raise your meter rates.
Mm.
You know, but like I said, you could raise them once a month if you want to. But it ain't, I mean, it's hurting our customers, not us, cause they the ones gotta pay for everything. Anything we do, I mean,
I understand that, I
The-
just
you know,
asking
the,
what the percentage rate was.
you know, the thing that, okay, what's the thing Hawkins bill? What did that bill out? Do you remember? The 2 tanks with the regulators and stuff in them?
You talking about the,
The poly and the phosphate,
Right.
I don't see the bills, I just do the,
I think that was done while Nishi was still here, was it
But
not?
just about anything like that you do is gonna, you know, it's gonna throw $30,000,
So y'all
$40,000.
operating on reserves, and then you mentioned insurance money.
I can answer your question real simple.
Okay.
Money is not gonna fix this problem.
No.
It won't.
Our insurance, when the plant burnt, they said, you know, you're covered by this much insurance. So they have just about, I think you said we had $10,000 left to pay
And
out.
that's without what we already had done in February.
Okay, then it's just about depleted, but to build the new plant, to get everything in there we needed and stuff like that. And we also found out midways of the thing, the insurance let us know that they only pay inside that building since it burned. If it had to do with water treatment, they paid for it. Anything else wasn't covered. Any fire hydrants that burned up, any parts, any fittings, anything, nope,
No content.
nope,
No contents.
Nothing.
Just what pertained to the treatment of the water.
that's right.
That was it.
So, you know, that kinda throws a snag in things.
So those bills from today, I asked her
Goes-
about
Yeah,
remodeling the office.
just, they go anyways.
We're gonna put it all to insurance.
Put it all to
and then-
insurance and let them tell us no. We don't just assume that they're gonna tell us no, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing with a lot of it.
So with being said that money will not fix this, how are we gonna fix it then? I mean,
The same way we're doing it right now, let it run its course and let it get out, that's the only thing you can
That's
do.
the only thing.
well, okay, but you know, like I've said in the previous, in December meeting, we need to be looking forward and forward thinking. And if we gotta raise our rates, I know that hurts our customers, but
Yep.
I'm a customer and I'd like to see it grow.
We will end up having to before it's over with. But,
I took a cussing today because they're having to pay for the water that they're not. And I'm like, if it's going through the meter, you're using it. I get that
Yes.
it's not great by any means.
yep,
But you didn't have zero usage, so you're using the water, it's still something you have to pay for, but I cannot get that customer to understand that, so. And I know it's nerve wracking for everybody, and I don't blame you, but it is what it is as far as paying, I still gotta pay the bills, so.
right.
We try our best to keep the water as low as we can.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't
Mr.
want-
Jones, I understand
We
that.
don't want to be
Yeah.
I
like
feel
Center
like,
Grove.
I feel like we might have to.
We probably
Every
don't
water
have to
company
do
in this
something.
town has rate studies done, it's no
Mhm.
different than other
Yeah.
utilities. But if your system is not keeping up with what you have to do for your customers, I think customers understand that. I mean, we see it across the board, we go to the gas station, it's up, we go to the grocery store, it's up. It wouldn't be a surprise, water's the best bargain out there.
Really is.
Yep. Yeah, it's, and like I say, we've tried to keep ours low, but,
I've been on South Sheridan my whole life, and I'm happy, I say I go somewhere and I'm glad to get home and drink my water,
yeah,
until the incidents that have happened.
yep.
And granted, it was something out of people's control, but, I think most of us are here, we want a solution.
I'm fortunate, I've never had dark water. I don't know why, I guess it's where I'm at.
Like I say, I did, but
I never have noticed it.
I managed to get it flushed too. And it was that I was going out, every time I went out to my shop, I opened my water hydrant and let it run 10 minutes.
Now, mine sat for a long time, one particular hydrant, yes, it'll blow some crap out of that.
Yeah.
I got one sitting out near my pasture,
Mhm.
and I don't turn it on very often. Yes, it will blow out some discolorated water.
So, just to see if this can help in communicating, is there a schedule that you can give me that I can put online that we're sticking to
We're
daily?
still trying to get the schedule figured out.
Cause right now, we don't have a schedule, because the thing of it is, I can't just go around and start flushing.
Right,
I mean, I have to go to the spots where it's worse first. I mean, like,
Yep.
just, you got yellow water, I can't come to you and do yellow water if the person downstream from you has
yeah,
dark brown water. Cause if I go to the person that's got yellow water, I mean, it's just still streaming to them, so it's just, that's why we did the
The map.
orange and yellow, that way we can get where it's worse first before we go to where it's just yellow, because we're chasing our tails with it. It's just literally going around in circles in the system. And it's just hard to get it out. Now, if we had a dead end line system where everything just went into a dead end line, shoot, we could have had that stuff out of there in a couple months.
oh yeah.
But this is what happens.
Is
Yep.
this yellow and orange just from people calling in?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you
And
really,
that's-
you really and truly have no idea what south of town is. cause people are not calling you
No, they're
guys.
not.
Well, there's probably
Cause
some.
there's nothing on that, so you really
Well-
have no, cause nobody's calling, everybody's just dealing
No,
with it.
but whenever they sent me the stuff and everything, I wrote it down, and I have 4 sheets of it.
Yeah.
I just put, like,
Just general, okay.
if 3 people, say oak tree out there, 3 people said it, I put them a star.
Yeah.
So,
I would just
you know,
everything.
so that way we can kinda get the worst of it out first.
We've done grant 13,
Grant
cause grant 9, we had a bunch of complaints on 13, so we have done it.
Yeah, I know.
And
I've
grant
seen-
9,
I've seen mail out there.
And same
Is it
thing of
any
it,
better
like you're
in
talking
here?
about, most of it loops,
Yeah.
and when it
It's
loops, it
improved,
just
it's
makes
just
a
not
heck of a
great.
mess.
but and you said, like, it'll get better, and then it
Yeah.
gets worse.
Thursdays, it's still there.
Yeah, and it's cause it's Kool-Aid is what I call it.
So okay, back to her online, is there any way you guys can do it online, even though it's, today, that you can text in that morning and say, hey, I'm gonna be in this area, or?
Oh,
so
we
it
do.
can be updated, okay. You
Oh,
do?
yeah, we
Okay.
do.
Okay,
Well-
do you do it on Facebook, or do you do it online?
No, we let them know when we're gonna do it, and then
In
they
the
put it,
community, or in that, on that road, or community-wide?
community, on our website.
Okay.
I mean, that's all we can do. Or we do put it on people's Sheridan, then we get griped at, so, but
Yeah.
anyways, either way, it doesn't matter. I mean, we do put it out there when we do it. It's just, we don't get everybody. I mean, not everybody gets on there and looks.
Well, that
You
was
know,
my next question, so kinda going forward, what is your idea of, I guess, going forward, like David's saying, we need something to move forward. We see that you guys are trying to help us. I don't know, I think that might be the frustration, cause we don't, not everybody sees you guys out flushing the lines.
Yeah.
So I get called and go, hey, did you get, why don't I have pressure today? Well, I see them out there flushing lines, but it's just, I don't know, I'm just,
Well, another thing on our flushing deal that I've been working on, but I ain't got no answers back yet. In fact, he's the one who come up with it, was about $1. You know, like if we had to go on a boil order.
A phone system.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
awesome, yeah.
So we thought
Yeah.
about,
Do the,
but I'm still checking on getting that.
CNL has, tells us when power's out, I
There's
can't.
plenty of
We
apps.
have a whole lot more updated system than it is here,
Well,
so.
Yeah.
Is that money? Is that because of money? We don't
Well,
have money?
and I'm sure that that's some of it, but it's never, keep in mind, and
We've
yes,
never
there's,
had a need for
we've
it.
never had a need for it, so there
Okay.
was never even a need for, in so many
Yeah.
words, a website even, because people
Right.
were just,
Yeah, yeah.
so it is going, if
We're
I did not
learning.
have to do that, I could have focused on a little bit more things, but her leaving, not to,
Well,
I love her, but it has caused even more issues for us to try to
do we need a
overcome.
temporary person to
Well,
help?
we've hired her,
Okay.
and, but
She's
I'm
just
still
not
training
learning.
and,
Okay.
She's
yeah.
training her, and then we have a part-time hire that'll start in a couple weeks.
As soon as
Okay.
I can get to
Okay.
train her, so
Okay.
it's just that part, which then eliminates the fact that we probably aren't putting as much stuff out on the online system that we should be, but
Well, then, can I
Um,
suggest, just in the beginning, we're still training in the office, can you give us a little bit of time, y'all, but we are working on this. Do
yeah,
it
I've put,
weekly.
yeah,
Okay.
I've put that out in some form of fashion, but that is one thing that the office side of it is a little not quite where we can be to help in some of those situations, as far as getting the word out. Again, I don't know what he's come up with, price on the phone system yet, so that's, by the time we do put, if we put a phone system in and we've got a website now, that alone may be enough for us to have to start doing a price increase just to recoup some of the
Yeah,
Right.
understood.
amounts that we've already put out, but until we can get all that figured out, we don't really know
What
amounts
is the
yet.
It's
website?
a very slow computer.
SouthSheridanWater.com.
Yeah.
Put a suggestion that we do move
No
forward with that, just
kinetic
on
or-
the website and maybe it's.
We
fine.
are,
Okay,
we
okay,
are
yeah,
working
okay.
on it.
Okay.
There's a bunch of things that we've got in the works that,
Okay.
it just takes time to
Mhm.
get over the hurdle to get it done, and
And I'll be honest, the first 2 weeks of the month, which is
Mm-hmm.
when I've been trying to train her, is absolutely impossible to do anything
Yeah.
with this place. I mean,
Yep.
every minute of my day is spent here when I'm not at CNL. So,
Can you come by on Saturday and Sundays, see the Jeep sitting out there?
Looks
So-
like I got here at 5 this morning.
yeah, so we get bills should print, they're supposed to print tomorrow and be in the mail. That may not happen, so that may be another thing, but as soon as they get printed, we'll have the next 2 weeks to hopefully start working on a little bit more of those issues. Cause I'm still trying to train her, but.
Yeah, and I may overspoke when I said the part-time starts in a few weeks. I had told Amanda when she gets ready to train her, to let me know.
I'm not
So,
ready.
I was just anticipating.
Maybe you just need to go ahead and have them come in just to answer the phone and take
Yeah.
notes.
Right.
Well, that would've been nice today when we tried to get all this stuff ready for
Well, I
this.
thought about that, but,
But,
they may go to asking a bunch of
You
questions.
ladies need a seat or something?
But anyways, he's transitioning.
Well, he's trying to listen.
Oh,
Listen,
Yeah.
I thought he was transitioning from a working person to a retired person. Anyway, alright, what else you got? What you ladies got? Nothing? You just here to listen? Well, you ain't saying nothing, is that cause you're holding the phone?
Yes, sir, I'm
All
just listening.
right. Who else?
I can go if nobody else has anything.
Alright,
Just bear with me while I read through this, if you don't mind. So around February 23rd, I noticed, my name's Jesse Downs, by the way, put it on record. Around February 23rd, I noticed a large and unusual spike in my water usage on my meter. And like any resident would do, I reached out to the water department to ask questions and try to understand what may have happened. Unfortunately, getting in touch with kind of what's been said here with someone at the office is extremely difficult. And on several occasions, there's no one available to speak with on phone calls or not being answered. And because of this, I requested Mr. Rusty to return my call directly, which he did. To this date, I've spoken with Mr. Rusty 4 times in total. The first call was to report the concern of a sudden spike in usage. The second call was to follow up and see if anyone had come out to investigate the meter, to which he told me he had not heard anything back from the crew. The third call was simply to make sure I paid my fair share because I knew my bill was coming due, and I did not want my water shut off for non-payment while we were trying to work through this issue. I had previously requested that my automatic draft be stopped while this was being looked into. I made that request through Little Creek office because that was the only place I could reach someone. The person there took my name and address and told me she would leave a note for South Sheridan office. Unfortunately, that request was never passed along and my account was still automatically drafted. The fourth call is where the situation became unacceptable. During that conversation, when I expressed concern that my bank draft had still gone through even after I requested it to be stopped while we investigated the issue, Mr. Rusty became extremely unprofessional. He began cussing at me repeatedly, dropping multiple F-bombs and telling me I was getting on his nerves. He also accused me of harassing him and suggested that my calls were the reason for his foul language and verbal abuse. And let me be very clear, calling 4 times over the course of a few weeks to address a usage and billing concern, especially when it's difficult to reach anyone in the office, is not harassment. It's a resident trying to responsibly address an issue with a public utility. I also want to be clear that this type of communication is not an isolated issue within a department. In previous interactions with another employee from this water company, I have been told that if I did not like the water service, I could go dig a well myself. I've also been told that I'm not a customer but a member of the association and that I could go flush lines myself. Additionally, the community has publicly been told that residents should simply be thankful to have running water, and it is our choice whether we consume it or use it. These types of responses are not professional, and they're not acceptable when residents simply ask questions about service they rely on and pay for. During my most recent conversation, Mr. Rusty also stated that the department's meter reader will sometimes skip meters for several months before eventually coming back to read them. If that statement is accurate, it raises serious concerns about how water usage is being recorded and how residents are being billed. Because of these issues, I'm respectfully requesting that this committee or council open a formal investigation into both the conduct that occurred and the procedures currently being used for reading meters and billing residents. Based on the conduct I experienced, I also believe leadership within this department, association, needs to be seriously reviewed and resignation should be considered in order to restore professionalism and trust with residents from this community. Additionally, I'm not even bringing up concern of the quality of the water that residents are paying for. This is a corporation that is providing a basic life necessity. Individuals receive income that are employed within the department. Not only are we receiving low quality water that we are bathing infants and toddlers in, trying to cook with, clean, consume, but there's no one to reach out to when discussed matters. We are blacklisted, treated poorly. The real question is, if everyone is so overwhelmed that is employed and constantly having to make rationale for their actions, what's the root of the issue here? What I'd like to ask the committee tonight is, will this committee commit to looking into the matter and ensuring residents are treated professional when they contact this water association? I know many members of this community care about how this issue is handled, and I hope we can move forward with transparency and accountability. I would also ask that my comments and requests for the investigation be entered into the official meeting records, and at the end of the day, every resident in this community deserves to be treated with basic respect when they call the people responsible for providing something as essential as water.
I've only got a couple things to say about that, and I'm not gonna deal with it.
You're
Because
sitting
I'm in on
president.
it. Huh?
You're sitting president, are you not?
I can't deal with my own stuff. The board has to. I
Okay.
don't. But my deal is, it did not go the way you just said entirely. I told you on the phone when you aggravated me, and I said, what the F do you want me to do about it? Or what do you want from me, is what I said.
That's wrong. But you
That's,
go,
that's
you go
why I
back
ain't
to,
saying nothing.
because you know
Never
you're wrong,
mind.
Mr. Rusty. You
Never
admitted
mind.
on Facebook for one you said it. You just admitted you said it again, then you backtracked because you realized you admitted you said it. But I
don't know what the
appreciate
hell you just said. But I'm gonna tell you this.
You see how you're treating me right now, and you think people are going to believe that you didn't say that based on your communication right now?
What'd you find out on his bill?
I have not had a chance to look, and that's on me. I will continue to look at yours, and I will tell you that on the meter readings, that is something that's actually on our minutes to talk about that. So I can confirm those two things.
I would like to say you have helped me. I've talked to you.
I
I know you've
haven't
helped
really
me.
helped, but I've
You've
listened.
helped me the best you can.
But I will go right now and actually look at your account, because that is something that I have not done.
And even though
And we can discuss my account and my bills, not publicly in the meeting, as it should be. But go ahead.
as far as the meter reader, yes, they do get, that is an issue that we have, and we're looking into it. But even though if they do, when they eventually get read, you're still only being charged for what water went through that meter.
And I understand that, but I've also lived in the residence I'm in. I've had 2 bills. I've been there for a total of 2 months. As where that might be true, if we're backtracking and I've only got water out of that meter for 2 months, and out of his mouth we go several, who's to say that it went through when I used it? And that was my question.
Because when somebody moves out, we get a final read, and whenever somebody moves in, we get a start read.
Okay, well, the communication that I've had with Rusty, as he looks into it,
He don't want
nothing's been
his bill
said.
discussed.
That's why I was gonna have him come in.
I understand what you're saying, but understand that as a resident, and you tell me, oh, we come back through, or we don't know, or I'm looking into it, and I call to find out, and we don't know what's said, and you say you got the reading, but you say you don't know what the reading was, you didn't see it. You said you read the meter, I ask you what you see, well, I don't have it in front of me. There's a whole lot of I don't knows.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know of anybody that walks around with the meter reading in front of them.
So, when did the part that you're actually concerned about, what date did that happen? As far as the or the usage that went up, when did that happen? Or what bill did you notice it
I got it
on?
in February.
Okay, I've got everything pulled up when you get a minute.
I'll come,
Okay,
yeah, that's
we'll
fine.
come look at it and see what's going
But
on.
your water got turned on in November, correct?
Somewhere about November 20th.
Oh,
should be.
okay.
But please understand my issue that I'm speaking on tonight is not that, but the actions and the respect, or better, lack of respect, that that gentleman right there has shown, not only on those phone calls, through Facebook, but sitting in that chair right now during this meeting.
Okay, well noted, thank you.
everybody take note of that response, please. You can sit in here with this, we can do.
We'll meet later.
Yeah.
Did you come up with anything on price per tap?
Yeah, we don't need to go nowhere with it. That's a big road.
We good like we are?
Mhm.
Okay.
I apologize.
Hey, why you didn't want us to lose money over it?
No, we're not. We're good on the taps.
I've got, I have a question, I just remembered something. How much, like over in Jacobs Creek, there's one price, it seems like, or what I was told, this is what I was told, and then another price for a meter in another part of the county.
Oh, like to get a new one?
Yeah,
The
yes,
west-
yes.
Yes, there is a
$1,000
difference.
west fee.
Is it, what's the reasoning for that? I mean.
Okay, we had to run a 12-inch line over there. Okay, when we ran this 12-inch line, all them developers got together, they sat right in here with us, and we discussed how was we gonna pay for this 12-inch line.
Yeah.
The water company shouldn't, okay, you should not pay for them people out there to have a 12-inch line.
Agreed, yeah.
So how are we gonna go about that? So the water company put up, I don't remember how many thousands of dollars, it's like 60 or 70. And then the developers had to make up the rest. As in, when you sell a lot, in order to get water on it, they gonna put up $1,000, period.
Okay.
Now, a lot of the developers come in here and pay it themselves. Say, for instance, Palmer out there, you know, hey, I've sold 2 lots, they want water on it, so here's $2,000.
Okay.
You
And
know,
then they just
and
pay for their
Cause I was
regular.
under the impression that, okay, y'all ran it, where did y'all run the 12-inch from? From the
from the
what?
plant.
From the plant all the way
Yeah.
up? Okay.
All the way up there
It
to,
goes all the way just past Oak Creek and stuff where they live, past them Lively apartments.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It runs right up there and dead ends, not dead end really, it
But then they
changes to a
take over.
10.
Okay.
And that turns and goes under the bypass.
Them putting it in the subdivision, y'all didn't have nothing to do with that.
Oh, no.
That is the contract. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But out there, the ones in the subdivisions, they have to pay for
Yeah.
it. Because it's like all that out west.
Okay.
Cause that's benefiting everybody out west, so everybody
Yes.
that
Okay.
puts a new tap
Yep.
in out west, they get the
When,
west fee is what we
when
call
will
it.
when will you stop charging that much more, I guess?
Whenever it's
Oh, yeah.
paid to line.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's something we don't know. And two, okay, just like,
So the more houses they put out there along Grant 43, the quicker
The
the
quicker it'll get,
association
yes.
will recoup the money.
let's see. Okay, since last July, cause that's when our physical
Mhm.
started. Well, no, I'm sorry, it'd be August. It says on here July, but August would actually start it. We've collected $16,000 from that out there to go toward paying for the pipe. So,
Yeah, 60.
Out of 60,000.
yeah, cause we
But
split
that's
it.
just for 1 year.
We
so.
split it with them.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's since August, so you're coming up on a year, so we'll be lucky if we get 18, 19 out of it for this year. So,
Okay.
going by that, I figure you're looking probably 5 years or so. So, but you know, if you think about it, okay, it's, Bobby Taylor and Gary Brown and all them's got them lots out there for sale. Well, they go out there and sell a lot for $20,000. What's the difference in that, 21?
There's not a deal.
You know?
So,
So-
but we could, but if they do, can we give them water?
What do you mean?
Are we gonna put a meter in? Say I go out there and buy a lot, you know,
Okay, you buy your lot, you still have to pay the same meter deposit and everything as
and
everybody
that's
else.
fine, but are we
Just-
gonna be supplying
Yeah,
the
cause
customers?
they've
these
already put
meters?
it under the
Yeah.
highway to that side of the
Okay.
bypass.
Yeah, and they paid for all that stuff.
Yeah.
They done
So-
that themselves.
So as an association, doing 1 or 2 meters a month like we were doing last year, we're not doing that anymore, right?
We hadn't been doing that for a while.
Mm-mm.
Okay, since last year.
Since
I'm not following you, what you mean, one?
Right after the fire, we was only doing
Yeah.
2 meetings.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
We've been
yeah,
on two-
yeah.
we're
Two
back on
tabs,
2
but
a month.
now we're back to,
We've been
hey,
doing back to that
if
since.
10 people call,
October,
we're in a
November.
month, we're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Good,
it's-
okay.
Right now, we're down to 1, 2, 3, no, I'm sorry.
There's 5 taps left.
I was fixing to say, I'm looking
One of
at
those
that.
needs to be arrested. or
Okay,
arrested,
so we're back to
Erased.
doing normal
Yeah.
business. Okay.
And okay, Dave, some people think it's taking too long to get my tap. Okay, what we run into sometimes is a road borer. It has to be bored.
Oh, yeah.
So when James and them sets it up, if there's 2 on there that has to be bored, when can you come do both of them?
Well, yeah, you don't
Instead of
have
making a trip down here and do one and come back in 3 weeks and do
Yeah.
another,
one mobilization. fee.
you know,
Yeah.
because then they charge us one time.
It's like the last time I
So-
had
I
come in,
understand that, yeah.
I
You
did
know,
9 taps in 2 days.
yeah.
Okay. All right, I was just making sure we were not just doing 1 or 2 a
And
month.
once in a
No.
great while, I have heard people complain about, well, my name was on the list before so-and-so's, why they got their water first? Well, one reason is there's a line right there, all you have to do is dig down and put the box and turn it
Yeah, it
on.
makes a difference. Oh, I
You know,
understand.
If I gotta do a bore or something, I'm gonna do, I'm
Yeah.
gonna schedule the bores.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna skip
Yeah.
over them and do what's ahead of it. I'm
Okay.
sorry, but
Yeah.
that's the best way for me. If I sit there and wait for everybody, then
Yeah.
that just puts me behind later on down the line, and I don't.
Oh,
wanna
yeah,
do
I
that.
get it. I was just making sure about the 1
Yeah.
or 2 a month was done with. All right.
And since you brought up the deal about West over there, and like I said about they paying $1,000 a lot and everything, Gary and Bobby and them and James, I keep trying to call him James, Davis.
Davis.
Uh,
Jerry.
Jerry, I was thinking about Buzzard today, that's why I said Jim. They're brothers. But anyway, they have told us that they'll give us 5 acres to put a new plant on. Over there on the other side of the bypass.
And
Good.
I made
And
them,
so-
whenever we agreed to let them go across the highway right there, I told them that they were gonna have to tie into,
Have a bore under it to tie into existing that we have.
well, we're gonna go all the way through and tie into, roller coaster.
Yeah.
That way it gives a good,
Another one of them loops.
yeah,
Yeah.
that we need, that you want, but we hate so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, you do need them, but
Yeah. So that'll just up everything out that way.
you don't want it.
Where exactly where the plant is, the 5 acres, where do they allotted that?
It's, I'm sorry, I had a map to it, I've got it by the book, but it's out there on that, what's that road?
That gravel road.
Yeah,
The one,
Alright, so if you're going towards the fresh market on the bypass and you look up there and they got the asphalt going up to the gate with the gravel road, it's on that road right there.
yeah.
That's where they
Yeah,
cross
okay.
the
But-
highway at.
And it turned out to be almost as high as Mr. Jones's hill out there, so, you know,
kind of worked out.
yeah, so it's
You have a lot of
way
grading.
up in elevation. So anyway, it worked out good, for a good place anyway. It could be, I mean, in the past, we spent good money on a place to put a water plant and a water tower and all that. I was tickled when they said that. But that ain't gonna affect their $1,000 though, they still gotta pay their part.
Well, yeah.
Rusty, what's our top out
But
when we have to say we can't put any more meters on our system? You know we're getting close,
yeah,
so.
Whenever we got a constant 900,000 gallons a day going out, that's
Yeah.
when we need to stop it.
yeah.
But in reality, we shouldn't be, protect us, we shouldn't be over 75%.
Oh, we went over 75%.
I know we have, I know we have.
Well,
but-
75% is when you start talking about building a new plant.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
And the engineer, like I say, they worked on it, and as long as the health department says we're okay, then Right.
But we done said it's 2 years out. If they said it's okay
Exactly.
today, it's, you're 2 years.
Yep. Yep, you're at least,
So,
that could go
I mean,
either
I'm on
way.
the board, but I'm just trying to
That
figure
could
out,
go either way.
is there gonna come a time where we can say we can only put so many meters a year on?
I'm afraid it is.
Is it getting closer?
Yeah, it's getting there.
I mean, we got lots of contracts around here depend on that to make a living.
I know it. Yep. That's one reason why I didn't wait on the meeting to worry about sending in that preliminary junk case when they had got it done anyway.
But it's,
So that way we could get that far ahead.
I'll talk about the rest of this.
Cause it
after
may
the
take
vote,
them,
so.
it may take them 3 or 4 months to even come back and say you're approved on preliminary.
I understand.
You know, they just, I don't know.
I don't think that's anything, myself personally, we're working on. I don't think that's anything anybody's gonna do.
I don't think it is either. I
It's-
mean, it is worrisome because they could overload it real quick, but
Yeah. Well,
if
no,
they do, we have alternatives.
So what you're
Yeah, I
talking
understand. I know
about,
what we got.
Yeah.
we have to keep that from happening. I mean, that's, you know, that's just something that we'll do. We know what's going on. We know what, you know, how much more we can take and how much we can't. So
Yeah.
if it gets to that point, then we'll just have to let them know. But I really don't think that it's going to get to that point before we do,
Yeah.
before we have a plan, or at least have it
Everybody in here right now that's visited tonight, y'all are on South Sheridan, right?
Well, except for
Except for
John,
you.
he's on Little Creek,
Yeah, Little Creek.
but he just come
He's
by
the black
visiting.
sheep.
Yeah. But
We like.
so with this 5 acres, with this new plant that we're getting designed, is that gonna go out there, or are we going to put it right here, right here?
that's under.
We'll go out there.
Go out there where he's talking about up at gravel road.
Yeah. I mean,
But anyway, I did talk to the engineer about, you know, if we got overloaded. And if push come to shove, the only thing we could do is like go valve off Brownwood and connect to the city to
That's-
feed them.
Yeah.
So, how many's in Brownwood?
It's
40?
probably maybe 40,
Yeah.
or like 30 to 40.
So
yeah.
see, that'd loosen up that many.
There is a couple spots we
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah, there's a couple spots you could do that and
There's a
loosen them
bunch
up.
on Little Creek side that we could split off too.
Well, yeah.
But
As
that's
we've,
part of that.
as we've discussed before, we can send all of Little Creek to the city real easy.
yeah,
The pipes are already there. All they have to do is have a meter put in it, turn our meter off
But
and let
here-
her hammer down. But since the plant was set up the way it was in the 70s, you know, they own as much of it as Little Creek does. I mean,
South
Little
Sheridan.
Creek owns as much of it
Yeah.
as South Sheridan does, I'm sorry.
but here's what is the big thing. I mean, and you're talking about not having the water well. As long as we keep above 20 psi
Yep.
in our water system,
Mhm.
we ain't got no worries.
Yep.
No worries at all. And we are far from being close to 20 psi.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's about
I think you
60
check
out
it.
of my place.
We was
I
running
got
what?
70 at my
We was running
house.
about 60, 65 out there.
Yeah.
In
Down at
Oakwood,
Keith's
wasn't
house,
it?
he got 60.
Mhm. And I mean, in that, you know, we got places that's up higher on hills and has
Yeah.
lower water pressure, but it ain't nowhere near 20. So
Yeah, so we're all right there.
it's something we need to talk about and think about, but it's not something that everybody needs to go
Get worried about.
screaming, get worried about. That's just something that needs to be kind of put back until we get this disaster we're in right now over with.
Yeah. Anybody else got anything for us?
Well, I have a question since
Okay.
everybody here has pretty much agreed that they're okay if the fees go up. So, not to say we're gonna vote on that tonight, but question, since what you've already sent in, can we adjust our fees with what you've already sent in?
Yeah, but
Because my thoughts were, if we know we're gonna go this way, and there's a good chance we've already got fees that we need to recoup anyway from everything else, 2 years of getting that money set aside already will help when it's time to actually pay it.
right. But see, one thing I was thinking, and I talked to our engineer about it. Okay, when they come back with this, with the application, the first stage of it, and they say, okay, we'll go along with this deal, but y'all are gonna raise $1.50. you have to do that. Okay, then we cover that, we can send in and say, okay, we got that covered. Okay, your point systems are down, we're going to bring it up. Okay, we'll cover that. And like that, and send it back to them, and that's all we have to send back. Not a full application again. We just send back where their request is all we have to send back.
But whether they asked for that or not, if we went ahead and did it, then
Well,
we're already a step ahead. If they
That's
come back
another
and
thing, if we
say,
go ahead and say, okay, let's do a rate increase, and then they come back and say, y'all gotta go $1.50, well, we did while y'all was already talking on this. I don't know, is it gonna throw a kink in the wheel?
I can see that. I
You
don't
know,
mind mine going up some, I really don't.
Oh, I don't either.
I mean, I don't wanna see it
They
happen,
can do it. What's the base on Little Creek, John? Do you know?
I think it's 20,
I don't know.
it's 20,
22, I think.
I think it's 2350.
I think theirs is a little bit higher than us, cause I was kinda surprised, I think.
It is,
I think it's 2350.
it is higher. I know we ain't Center Grove.
We're only
And I know
20.
Center, I know Center Grove's way higher.
We're 22, 22.
Little Creek just had a rate increase.
Yeah, they
Right.
just did theirs,
Yeah.
and they didn't do it, they did it like all at one time, didn't they? It wasn't even like over a period of,
They did it one time, let's see.
I think my 2 liters is 44 something. I don't know to the penny.
Yeah.
it may only be, cause we're 2025, but that puts our bills at 2262,
Right.
alright?
Yeah,
Tax and everything.
2262, yeah.
What's that? I think
And
that's what
see,
it
I
actually-
would,
Tax and all.
if we did much for increase, I'd like for drug out.
See, that's not a base bill though.
I don't mind increasing myself, like I said.
See, that's what they're.
My bill's not
Yeah,
bad at all.
I'm assuming theirs is the 2000 or something, ours is, but I'm not
I just
sure.
want you to take both of those out from now on.
Yeah.
I don't never take the check.
Yeah.
I knew they were just
I
talking
just
about it.
leave it here and take my water bills with me.
I got you.
Yeah. But anyway, we do,
Would you know by next month's meeting if you're gonna know from that, back from from the state? Yeah. Will you know anything?
Could be 3 months.
we're at their mercy.
They do it when they get good and ready.
Kinda like sending off to the DMV. You might get it back in a couple weeks, you might get it back in 4 months.
Kinda like the post office, you don't know what you're gonna get.
And that's just for the filters, that's not for the big.
Right, we applied for the state
Yeah.
filters, yes.
So just a couple questions and a comment, I think, if I may. if
Sure.
I may. How much was McLennan, I think it's McLennan Engineering, is that what it is? McLennan?
Yeah, McClellan.
How much were they used in the application for the stage 1 that you submitted?
They wrote it all up,
They did.
and
This
they
was the
sent
work
it
that
to
they had
me,
done.
yeah.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
sent it to me, and I looked it over and asked them about this and this and this,
Uh-huh.
and they explained it to me, and then I just signed it, sent it back to them, and then
Okay.
they sent it in.
Okay, yep, I wanted to understand it further, thank you, Rusty. The second thing is, in the last, I guess it was a quorum, whatever it was,
Yeah, there was.
community town talking session.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever that was, I had made the request of, could we get the meeting minutes of historical meetings as well as any future meetings posted to the website so that we could see it? We said that was possible, do we know, is that?
There's a lot of stuff going on, and that right there is kinda one of those things that she'll get to whenever she gets to it, cause she's just,
Yeah, well, I think if I may.
I need about 5 of me this.
and if y'all want me to get on there and do it, y'all ain't gonna have a website no more, so.
Fair, but I think that goes back to the comment that somebody made earlier about, hey, are we resource constrained here about what we can do with it? And in one hand we say no, and the other hand we say, well, what would it take to do? Hey, we're covered up and we don't have enough people to do that. So
Well,
I think-
office ladies.
no, that's fair.
Yeah.
Even admin requires work. Now, are there creative ways that we can do that with technology that's out there today, and AI can do a lot of things like this that can speed some of that stuff up? Sure. I think there's a large part of it. I think my comment would be, I think if you hear a lot of the feedback from,
Are you for the data center or against it?
I don't have an opinion one way or the other. I don't know enough about it to make an informed decision.
AI.
It's not
We don't
changing.
need no AI.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now,
There was an
AI could
energy
make this
conference
department
in
run
Washington
6
last
times
week.
more efficient.
An energy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just telling you right
It
now.
probably
Like,
would.
Pretty interesting.
I'm
But-
sorry.
but
What did you
regardless,
say? I was-
So, getting the meeting notes published was the comment, and then the response was, hey, we just only have one Amanda, we need 6 Amandas or
Yeah.
whatever. And you know, human cloning
See, it
takes a
really
long
needs,
time.
but each of those Amandas would need to be trained.
Correct.
Yeah,
So that's the thing. Now, can we make the work content that we have today go faster with technology and things? Absolutely. I think that's part of it. I think there is probably a capacity of, hey, we could provide better customer service and information if we had more comprehensive look at the entire picture. If you review, and here's the comment, if you review the email that I sent in October to the board, or I think it went to Misha and then she shared it, it has a whole comprehensive list of things to do in terms of like how to communicate, and not one channel of that reaches 100% of the customers, but you need a multifaceted approach to be able to get the message out, because in lieu of that message, you get a lot of people that are upset about what's going on.
So I will say this, the other thing, new office computer is another thing that is on the agenda for us to talk about, because that is ancient. You cannot do anything new on it, you cannot do anything to even get, so my first, I asked was to get this updated, so that one, we're moving faster in here, period, but two, maybe start bringing in some more software that will do things for us,
Sure.
because there's no way of adding anything, and we even tried this one and that won't even come on.
Yeah.
So that's a one step to go towards some of the things that you're
Yeah.
suggesting as well.
I remember when we put that computer in the.
well, I know we bought it when Martha was here.
Yeah.
So
And
most
it was a big update.
most private organizations have like
No,
a
it's
PC
already
refresh
updated.
period, that after a certain amount of time, hardware automatically proactively gets replaced before it becomes obsolete, so that you stay at least somewhat in the know of security updates. Windows 10 is now phased out. If you have an old computer, you're probably getting messages that tell you that. So if I may make the recommendation to the board, those are the comprehensive plans that we need to do to stay in front and proactive versus reactive
Yeah.
to the items that are going on here. And as we identify those issues, then we can put plans in place. So we may not be able to predict all of them, but the ones that we know we've stumbled into, like the pump house burning down, but we didn't opt to put fire suppression in the new pump house that we have, that seems like a miss to me.
You don't
You
put
know?
fire suppression in a pump, in a water.
I mean, I say, there's argon, there's whatever, there's a lot of ways that you can suppress a fire. I don't know, I'm
You
not a
can't.
fire. There's nothing in the whole planet Earth that we can do to stop
Well,
a
you
fire.
put
in a pump
something
house.
like that in there and it contaminates the system, if you get a busted pipe or something, that's where you're liable, you can't do it.
Okay, so what I'm hearing James say is, right now, industry best practices, there's no such thing as fire suppression in a pump. Is that correct?
We've asked
I'm using a
several,
sweeping statement, but I'm trying to say, like,
we've
those
asked
are the things I'm
several
challenging.
people that have to do with water, like rural water and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they say, don't put nothing like that in there. Don't put no kind of chemicals that ain't treating that water in that plant.
Okay, and that's fair, but the
And
question has to be asked,
I
right?
thought, okay, but see, the main thing that happened to us out there before, the building didn't burn. It was electrical fire. All right, then it busted some pipes, so we had water going everywhere. I mean, we had a fire and didn't even have a fire truck respond.
Yeah.
We didn't need it. We had our own fire suppressing going.
Fair, so
But
you could have a larger ground wire, maybe there's a giant surge protector, we
Oh,
can
they-
get it at Walmart. I don't know what the answer is on electrical, but there are planes that can fly and have lightning strike and they don't drop out of the air.
Right.
That's all I'm saying with this stuff is, where we have known misses, hardware, technology,
Yeah.
software,
And I
procedural
will tell-
SOPs, we need to use our experience to then build so we don't repeat those
Yeah.
mistakes.
And
That's
I
what I'm
will
trying to
say that until I was in this office doing the work, I did not realize our system was like it was. There's things that I've already seen and I'd already started implementing, and things that I was gonna talk to the board, even just the way things are handled in there, that I'm going to bring to the table to see, because I see things that the good old boy system doesn't always work anymore. And that's kind of what's happened. And so we're gonna work on fixing some of that, if I can, if the board will agree on some things. But software is one that me and Rusty have already talked about. Computer is on the list first.
Yeah.
So that will get us all moving into the updated.
so if y'all would like to move into that,
Do you have anything else?
I do have something for you.
Well, yeah, so I think as a, I don't know, customer's probably not the right, member of the
Okay.
water,
Yeah.
whatever I pay. that if I knew that my rate increase was going to modernize the facility and stuff like that, I got no issue with that. Give me a plan of attack and then share what that plan is. Maybe I criticize it in a meeting like this and say, you don't need a AI server to do this, you could do a Dell laptop would be fine, whatever. But I mean, I think those are the things that we'd want to
Well,
communicate.
that was
and
why I
Right.
was asking if we would be affected by us going ahead and doing the rate increase, because I knew some of the things that we're fixing to start integrating is going to probably cost more than what we, had planned, like new computers,
Sure.
a new desk,
And you can't
everything
do
we're
it all
doing
at
for the
once in
new
the first
part-time
year.
person, we got 2
Real
computers
estate,
we're actually
yeah.
looking at, and different things, and I even brought it to him that if you got a laptop that for the part-time person, that way there is something, if this happens again, I can take the laptop and I can go and run with it and not have to worry about where I'm at, and I can fix things and update things and whatever. So I'm on the page with you as far as getting things a little bit.
And it may help them to be even more proactive, is to invite an outside audit to come in and check your readiness capability, just to make sure you don't have any blind spots or anything that you haven't seen. Said, yeah, we're covered, we've got good succession plans in place, we've got good technology plans in place, only to find out you've got a gap. So inviting some type of third party that can do like a business readiness assessment for like future proofing, those things are out there too. Or we ask maybe some of us that have some of those skills in our private lives where we work, and maybe can bring those in and that sort of thing. So I'd hate for us to miss the opportunity, because we're learning at a very expensive rate right now, if nothing more, people's patience. And to be able to get in front of that with known steps that we've done, I think is a tremendous opportunity for us to build a stronger association moving forward. So again, take a look at that email in October is fairly well rounded with that. Good. Anyway, that was my comment. Did you have anything to add to that, Rusty?
No, I was looking here about the computer. I was telling them, our computer, it is way behind. And, which that's not my strong suit whatsoever. I can turn it on, I can use it a little bit, but normally to play solitaire or something like that on it. But anyway, when I had the shop down there, I used Harton and Company out of Fordyce. They's real great people. But, of course, they, like everybody else, they decided to retire. So they sold out to a place in Little Rock, and I was hunting the name of them. And for the life of me, I can't remember.
Could Gartman Systems build something like that? I'm sure they could.
Who?
Gartman Systems? Valerie's company, this is not big
Yeah,
enough for.
this up here is called System Outsource, is what Hart sold out to. And, I reached out to them, or however you want to say that, reached out to them, however. Anyway, he said that a desk model, a Dell computer desk model, to replace that in there would run us in the neighborhood of $2,500. The laptop to go in conjunction with it is $1,053.
That's not bad.
No. And to buy these up front, we get, on both of them, we get 2 years of pro support, which is next day on-site support. So if we have a problem today, they'll come down tomorrow, which everybody knows what said that. But anyway, that's what I always liked about Harden, and never sold out to them, and still continued on. But I would like to go ahead and get it, or tell them to go ahead with it, and then they can, get it put together for us and get our computer updated, in which they'd bring it down here and they'd take all that software and change and put over into it and all that mess and anything that we've got going. And
Did you ask them how much they would charge to just clean that one up as well? For a backup, not to continue using, but as a.
he said if
something.
it's as much as 8 years old, you're spinning your wheels.
No, it's 8 years old.
Because it ain't got no memory or nothing in it to do nothing. That's why it's the way it is now.
Sometimes you wait 5 minutes for something to
Yeah.
boot up. And
All you gotta do is entertain a motion.
Yeah, well, I can't,
You can't?
I'll entertain the motion.
okay,
Alright, and I'll second it.
all right.
I think we need to get an extra price on that.
Well,
We
that's a good
can.
idea too. I just want one quick.
Yeah, I forgot you as president.
Yeah, we can get another price on it. You asked about Gartman a while ago.
I didn't know if you had considered them or,
Well-
or maybe even using whoever's, Sheridan,
Not
Sheridan
on-
Waterworks, if they use a company that does their IT stuff.
Not on this project, I hadn't considered Gartman.
And they may not even do that.
But,
Does the Southport Business Solutions that
Yes,
we use
they
for,
do.
do they do the computer stuff too?
yeah,
You want me to call Raymond?
but the thing of it is, I mean, we check with him for sure and just see what they say.
And they might not even do that, Russell.
I emailed all that up here, so,
Oh, okay.
for the Dell computer.
I gave up looking at emails.
Well, anyway, I emailed it there today so we could have it, but anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Email, find that. I got one other one to
But-
find too.
We can send it to them, and that way, see, they can get the specs.
Okay.
So, that we're talking about apples to apples.
Alright.
But,
So is Garmin something we wanna consider too?
Well-
Is that-
back to that, okay, just before I sold out, we changed computers. And like I said, I went with Hart down there, and, they came in and everything we did, which we had, let's see, three laptops and 6 desk computers. Okay, they hit me at $8,000, Hart did. Gartman wanted $18,000 to build that system. Wow.
Okay.
And I thought, am I the only customer y'all had this month? So that kinda disheartened me with them.
I understand
And,
I'll call Raymond and see what kind of price we got on that, unless there's another suggestion for someone else.
well, yeah, he may have. He may say, hey, he contact so-and-so, they could do good. But yeah, I would like to see it, and whatever we decide on, since we got a motion and a second, whatever we decide on, we can go ahead and go with.
Okay.
I make a motion, we accept it, but we get an extra big quote.
There you
Let's get 2 quotes at least.
Okay.
I'll second
go. I
it.
was fixing to say, you need a second on that.
I'll
Yeah.
second it.
Alright,
Alright, while we're talking about that, you got the tape, a desk in mind, we got that worked out, we need to talk to someone about that.
well, I have looked at some, but they weren't up to snuff, so I figured we'd just order a new one. In which that falls way under, you're talking about less than $500, so
Oh, yeah.
that falls way under our deal.
I know what we just ordered over there for Brittany came from South Art, and it's really decent price and stuff, I don't know if that's,
Well,
I'll
Okay.
look at him for that too.
check on that, like I say. I figured they gonna run about $500 for a new
And
one.
are we both in agreement that it's going in front of that window in that
Yep,
area?
In that area, yeah.
Alright, meter, are we going on to that, or we still, does anybody else have anything else before we keep continuing?
On the computer,
See if anybody else got anything.
yeah, anybody else got anything?
Did you get done earlier?
Yeah, those were just my 2 questions.
You good? Anybody else?
Okay, Roy brought this up some time ago, and then you brought it up again, and I've been on board ever since Roy brought it up, is to put Joseph and Forrest reading our water meters. They have, the boy that does it now does it by himself in 3 days?
Give or take.
So if you've got one driving and one reading, it's gonna go a whole lot quicker than that.
But every meter, every month,
That's what I want.
no more estimates.
That's his
Yep.
job.
I want every meter,
Make sure they're reading.
every month. I don't want this the estimating's been going on since when me and David got on the
Oh,
board.
yeah.
It makes no sense, when you go back in there to that billing side of it, it makes
And I made
no sense that how many, because almost every bill that was estimated
was
this
in
month, I'm
existence when that
correcting
was
this next
first
month.
moved up.
Exactly.
It is
50 years
entirely,
ago.
it's ridiculous.
Well,
Ridiculous.
At least 50.
What it boils down to, that we would farm that out to the independent on the meter reading, and we was assuming that all the meters were read correctly. I didn't catch on until Misty was here that last couple of weeks.
Yep.
Sometimes they skip, and we didn't even know that we're paying per meter
yep,
every time.
You'll have a small bill and then you'll get a big one.
Well, I mean,
Well,
somebody like this coming here, I mean, has this meter
I
read
had
right?
He skips them every
From
other
the
month,
truck.
so it's
And then you
every,
don't know if
Yeah.
you do have
The
one.
meter
But-
so he
reads
does 966, is that what we just paid? 966, 985 is 933. 933 is 1 month, and the next month there's 685 of them. It was supposed to be 690 something, so he skipped that many of them for sure. But I want all 1,1300, however many there are read every month.
You
Okay.
guys aren't gonna be able to do
Why?
that. There's no way. They're gonna be, it's gonna take them 2 weeks straight of reading meters.
I don't see that. When he can do it by himself in 3 days, do half of them?
That's cause he's estimating them.
No, he's
No.
estimating half of them.
Oh, that's cause he's estimating
Well-
what's given
Well, I
meters.
mean,
I tell you what, I wanna see how long it takes to read it.
We can always hire you another hammer.
That's right, we can hire another one to,
Yeah.
but not an independent.
Can
but-
I add, you've got a lot of driving between those meters.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to consider
ma'am.
too, and that
Right.
might be taken, so like you said, it's gonna take a while, but you got all.
Well,
this.
but they have downtime. They have,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so there's, I mean, we can at least try it and see what's going on, cause
I think we can.
I just,
'Cause like I said,
It's too hard for him to handle, he can hire another man.
just like James said though, when he moved out of his shop down here and read the meter out, that meter had been covered in gravel for several months.
Yeah,
It never been read.
no.
But you sure got charged, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
And
That's why we gotta get rid of the contract.
I had a guy come to me, lives by himself, and his bill shot up way high. I mean, well over $100, and it always been $20-something. I went over to his house, read the meter, and it was right. According to his bill, it was right. So anyway, he had a tractor and a bush hog sitting there, and I said, park that bush hog on top of that meter. And he did, and it sat that way 4 months, and nobody never said a word.
well, how many meter readings have I sent these last 2 weeks
About
for you guys to do?
And I didn't tell nobody
Because
about
I have
that.
questioned
I just
so many
did it.
readings.
But yeah,
Or-
they send them, they constantly send them to James and them about go reread this meter, something ain't right.
And they get mad at me because I'm like, no, you make the meter reader go reread them. He got
That's-
paid for it, and he needs to go back and reread
And
it.
I agree with you on that, but
Yeah, but I
this,
think,
it needs to stop on all.
that's
of
my
this.
opinion, and like I said, I don't make a motion, I don't second the
I
motion,
make a
but that's
motion.
my opinion, that we kick him to the curb.
I'll second.
And I'm not saying anything against him, I don't have a problem with him, but as many things that I've had to fix, it is ridiculous on the billing side.
I know it.
There's no point in it. Not just that, but the customers, there's literally customers that don't pay but every other month, and the reason why is because they know their bills are gonna get adjusted, and the credits are going back the month before, and they end up not owing near what they would have owed.
And there's
Every
a-
single customer we have is like that.
And there's another little tune to the contractor. I've heard, not him, but I have heard from him several different times. Y'all do know so-and-so down there had a leak, don't you? Well, if it had a leak, turn it off.
That's right.
Ain't my job.
Shut your meter off, might be on your side.
That's right.
Well, and that's the other thing, and that's another thing I was gonna bring up about it. So Kevin's had, like, there might be a meter, or there might be a leak here, possible leak here, whatever. But if our guys are reading it, and they know what's supposed to look like and what it's doing, and cause they see that every week or every month, then they're gonna know right off the bat, and there's not going 2 months without it getting caught.
That's right.
And it's more familiar to them than it is the reader who's just driving.
Exactly.
So that was my own reasoning behind why I think it needs to be done.
Here's gonna be my opinion on this.
Okay.
If we're gonna do that, and you wanna do it efficiently, they both need to go separate directions.
Well, they can do it that
They don't
way.
need to do it together.
They can do it that way.
And the reason I
Try
say
it.
that, the reason I say that is because one's gonna get out and read, one's gonna drive. They're gonna swap back and forth. If we're gonna try to do this efficient and be correct, let's send them both out, go different ways, and get it done.
Well, then
That's
I'm
gonna
good
be the
with that.
best way to do it.
Try that route and see what goes with it.
Yeah.
And then if
A
it's
lot of
local,
places you
hunt-
can read several without getting back to the truck.
Right. I mean,
Well, try it one way for a month, send them out separate, then put them together. Check the time on it, you know, kind of,
keep up with a really good tally on it.
yeah,
And
see what
check
they're
the
trying to do,
time.
just kind of check them out.
The next
Get a
month,
good,
and this is also lets them all learn their system. This is what I think the CNL guys, when we bring someone in, swap them.
I don't
The next
know.
month, they go the opposite route. If the time is way different on who it took,
Yeah.
then someone's not either doesn't know what they're doing or someone's not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
all right. Well, let's do it for the sake of our sanity. The first month we do it, let's send them both ways.
Okay.
Because we know that should get done quicker anyways.
Okay.
That way we're not scrambling the first month we try this and trying to figure out what happened.
And I'm going to try my hardest to get the read sheets out as soon as possible. They've been a little bit delayed on him, but the earlier in the month, the better. That way they have more time to get them.
James, that's at your discretion when they read, as long as it's in on time, that's your discretion. If you got work lined out for Monday and Tuesday of this coming week,
Mhm.
then you know that meter boys can't go out and do that. So
Well,
it's
they
your
could first thing in the
schedule.
morning until it warms
Exactly.
up if it's cold, or you know they can do it in the afternoons whenever it gets hot. I mean,
But I'm not gonna tell you myself to read that thing on the first and second when you gotta.
well,
read.
if
You
I'm
have to
gonna
do
if
that.
I'm gonna be over them reading the meters, it's gonna be right because I'm sick of the meter crap.
There you go.
I mean, no offense, not that we're lazy and we don't want to go
Hey.
read meters, but I am so tired of getting work orders that somebody else has done gotten paid to read. Even though we get paid, I think it's bullcrap that we have to go back and read them. Take the minute out of our day to go back and drive 20 minutes to go read a meter
I
that
agree.
somebody was just too lazy to take care of.
But now it's in our control.
So, you're talking about how long it's gonna take somebody, twice as long in this night, and that's gonna add up costs and all that stuff. Has it ever been considered auto reads? Like start
Well-
putting those in through?
We have.
I forget what it was gonna cost us for each meter to do that. It was unreal.
Oh, I know, it's
Yeah.
definitely going to be, but if
I
you're
know.
adding help and you're cutting
But-
cost here and adding cost there.
We looked at that about a year
What was it?
or so ago,
Oh, is that
and
recent?
we really
We
wanted to
could
do
get-
that.
We could get that special they got going right now,
It
but
was
that's
gonna
only
cost
100
customers.
meters.
Right, but what was it when we looked at it? Wasn't it like $30,000 to put it
No.
on all of it? What was it?
It was
I
over
can't remember.
100,000.
Yes, way more.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't expect it all at one time.
Maybe
obviously.
okay, I know what we was thinking was over in that area.
If we done, now that would be great if we could do the drive-bys,
But there is a
In,
handheld.
you know, do them 100 at a time.
Right.
Now, if we wanted to start doing that, that would be amazing. Because if we done 100 at a time, say we done 100 over 6 months,
Yeah.
in a couple of years we'd have them all, have everything.
I'm just thinking about time you send two people out, you got one guy that just.
Dude, you're a preacher to the choir. You don't know how much I love that.
Can
I-
He does
I-
want that,
I do. I want it so bad.
but personally, right now, I think the plant needs to be the
Yeah,
only
I
and,
think-
problem.
I have to respect that. That's.
The water is right
So
now
we'll revisit that in a
number
couple
one.
of years.
That don't mean that I won't quit
I know.
pushing for it.
Yeah.
Would
He really
you
wants
guys, and your guys know where all those meters are that are out there in the field, out there?
They have every tool they need to find them.
Because, you know, we had to go a couple years ago, we had to blue flag them. Every one, we did them for the meter reader. that she
That's
was
when we
talking
got the
about.
new, that's when we got the new meter reader, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but you
Yeah.
guys would know them, so we, cause all those blue
Well,
flags.
they're
been pulled
they're
up
gonna
since
they're
then.
gonna have
I'm old man.
a time
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to find
I
some of them. I know, but you know what? They have metal detectors. They have shovels.
And I think it'll make them a better person too.
And they do have, they have
Yes,
the map
know
on
the
their
system.
finger, don't they?
Yeah, they
That's-
and,
that's
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you can go back to Google Earth and
Yep.
you can zoom in on it and you can see the blue mark on the road from years ago.
No.
That's a little cheating thing.
And
I'm
like I
dead-
say, we do have a map on our phone that shows every meter and
Some
everything.
of them still on it.
You don't know how many meters
I'm
I
looking at-
found
I'm
by
looking
doing
at the
that.
road right today, I don't see the blue line, but okay.
No, but if you go to Google Map and go somewhere and you can't find a meter, you can zoom in on the road and there'll be in a lot of places. I'm not saying everyone, but a lot of places you'll see a blue line.
Yeah,
That
some
blue
of-
line in the road
Is the one.
is where somebody done spray painted it in the past, and that meter's right there in front of it.
Some people even sprayed the customer's fence with the
Yeah.
blue line. I remember that too,
Yeah,
cause they was complaining.
yeah.
Mine's always underwater, so.
Well, that happens too.
Mine's in a really
But
good
you
spot.
use the glass and look in it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's another thing I've heard is they can't be reading my meter. My box is full of water. Well, they take a tube and stick in there. You look down through it. You know.
As long as they wipe the dirt off of it.
That's right.
They take and suck it out too. They have a little
Yep.
thing they carried with them, and it's
Yep.
out of there.
What else we got?
Somebody need to second that?
I made the motion, right?
Yep.
And I seconded it, or somebody, you got it. Anybody you wanna write down second it, just get it to them.
Have you got anything else?
All in
That's all I
favor?
had wrote down.
I do.
What? Gate. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We got a vote on this,
I thought we did.
Y'all just did.
did we?
So what are we talking about?
Your thing.
We're
Oh, y'all,
Yeah, we're doing
y'all
that.
were all in agreement on that.
Oh, okay.
Everything else I think I got is just stuff that I think, it's just things that I wanna kinda update in there, but it's not like a financial thing. It's
Sure.
just so if y'all are good.
If y'all see something that needs to be fixed, fix it. You know that.
The only thing I know for a fact that I've asked Misha said that right now that we do not send people to collections.
Right.
Is there a reason why? I get the $20-some, but there are some out there that are significantly higher. And if that's the case, I want to know if I need to push forward and find out an avenue for that, because it doesn't exist that I'm aware of here.
No, but if their bill gets high and they ain't paid it, it needs to be
They
dropped.
left,
Well,
so I'm gonna go back and read, I've gotta look through every single one,
Shut
I'm
them
pretty
off,
sure.
but they're part-
They're already
Bringing
gone.
that up, that I've
They're already
already gotten a
gone.
couple since this week, but there was, we're supposed to just pay $50 on our bills that had leaks. That's how they were kinda set up. I want to bring to the table a payment plan.
I thought it was a percentage. Oh, I'm sorry.
If they have a leakage,
Yeah.
that it causes their bill to go up. Some of these people are paying 50, but yet their current bill is over 50 every month, so their bills are never going down.
It's supposed to be on top of.
That's what I think it should be, but that's not what they are being told.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, so I have a form that I have that I would like to put into play where they only have like 4 months, 3 months, depending on, we don't go very far over that, they have to come to the board and get it approved that it is a longer time period. Because right now with some of them out there, just the $700 one that I've talked to already, it's gonna take her 15 months to pay it back at $50 a
Try to
month
steal
plus
my
her
stick.
current bill. And I've got her on the page now, but I've got one that's
I know how to use
$2,000.
it.
Any of them that's been real high though, they've always
And
come
this
with a
hickory.
deal.
I don't know, I'm finding them left and right that,
Then they wouldn't.
so
They're
I reached
supposed to
out
be
to,
broke.
I've reached out a
And we
couple of
decided
them.
it, cause
Yeah.
we've only had, what, 5?
I was
Yeah,
tempted.
I reached out to a
That
couple
time
of
here
them.
about 5.
Yeah.
And already talked to him this month about, hey, I know this is what you were doing, and they even told me, yeah, and one of them said, well, at one time it was 75, but then I couldn't afford it, and it was just put down to 50. Well, I'm sorry, and we're not gonna try to make you pay in 3 or 4 months, because you've only been paying 50, but from this point forward, you're paying $50 plus your current bill.
Well, any of them that get
And-
like that, they need to come to the board.
Well, I've got in touch with somebody, and the payment plan option is available on the RSV program. It was never being used. I've now entered those in, so when she gets her bill, it will actually state what she has to pay, which is 50 plus the current bill.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
going to do that to everybody that has an old bill out there, and then from this point forward, I'd like to put it in to where you only have that 3 or 4 months, and that's it. You don't necessarily have, it's not just a $50. It's, if your bill was 600, then you're gonna have to pay, you know, 150 a month or
Well,
whatever.
I think it needs to have a limit in there. Say, if their bill's $300, yeah, they got 4 or 5 months, whatever, to pay it off. If it goes over that, though, they need to come here and we'll decide it, cause that, a lot of that stuff there needs to be decided on a case-by-case
Okay.
situation.
So what kind of limit do you want that? Just a 500?
I make a
Anything
motion.
over
I'd say
500?
500, anything over 500, they have to come to the board about.
Alright, I'm just trying to get the
Another-
billing caught up over
Another
this.
thing too that you're gonna get, and I get it with my rental property, is that you'll have somebody, you're gonna understand this in a minute. They come in there, they live 60 days or whatever, and they take off. Well, they don't pay the light bill, they don't pay nothing.
Mhm.
So I've got one of them old doo-doo lists that I keep, and when the other people that has real estate call, I say, well, this is my doo-doo list. I hope I'm not wrong, but there's no sense nobody else getting taken like I did.
Right, and it is supposed to be set up that whatever deposit you have on your account, that's
Mhm.
as far out as late as you can be. For owners, that should be anywhere from $40 to $65.
Mhm.
For renters, that's 150.
Mhm.
Once you've reached that 150, you're turned off. No ifs, ands, or buts, because we're at least gonna recoup that 150 towards that bill. But that, the last 2 months, there was a handful that we cut off this month because when I put in readings this month, I could tell they hadn't paid in 60 days, and I sent, Joseph, I think, turned off some of them today, or maybe
Yes,
around.
I told them they was up here, they
But
need to shut it off
last
today.
month, they were not, the whole system was not gone through the last 2 months and that done. So we are behind on turning people off that we're slowly gonna get caught up, but I wanted to go through this first so that I could start.
I'm sorry. If they ran up this bill though during the time that we didn't have a secretary,
Right.
I don't want them turned off. You know what I'm saying? Cause they couldn't come pay the bill.
Well, some of them haven't paid since December.
Well, then that's different.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying
the ones we turned off.
since we haven't had a secretary.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
no, that's why I
but-
haven't pushed the issue on the last 2 months on paying it off, but I wanted to go through
Right.
each account separately on those that are over 60 days out and kinda look at them and see
Right.
where we were on them before
Well,
we
I'd-
started this.
Yeah, I'd like it looked at.
Okay.
If I don't pay mine, it's real simple, shut it off.
All right, did he send you estimate on it?
Yes, I got 2 estimates on it.
Okay. You email them?
That's the way it ought to be.
Yeah,
Pay my
one
bill.
of them was, I hadn't emailed it yet, but he told me what it was gonna be, and it was higher than Jeremiah, so.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's, for the most part, everything else is, we're requiring more backup than what we did before. It's not just hey, I'm going in this house, you gotta give me proof, or a lease, I gotta have your driver's license and your social.
Let's say, you know, in the past, of course, we talked to, like, John Doe moves out and leaves us with a bill. Yeah, we let, like, Center Grove, Little Creek, of course, knows about it. Sheridan Water knows, you know, like that, Leola, around here. You know, so that way they don't end up, and it pretty, I mean, the ones around here pretty much work with us, and yeah, you ain't getting water till you go pay that. But now out past that extent, ain't much we can do about
Our water bill's reasonable,
it. Yeah.
for
Yeah.
real.
I imagine
Mine there.
If I had to
Two
guess,
of them.
we probably got the lowest one in the state.
I
There's
pay
no
my dollars
excuse.
out of my check, I get.
There's no excuse in not paying a $22 water
No.
bill.
I just always let y'all keep my check and she tells me what I do. And just put it on both of them bills.
Okay, the only other thing we had is, for several months, we've been, me and James and different ones, been talking about putting a electric gate at the plant instead of them folding gates. One thing is it'd be coated, because of, you know, we do have, right now we have our lock, C&L's, the gas companies, and then it'd be the phone companies. So, you know, you're talking about 4 or 5 different deals there that has access to it. And since we got that email, last week about tightening down on security around a water plant.
Yep.
Really been on it. And I know it's a lot of trouble, but I have asked that every time you leave that plant, lock the gate. Well, you know, if you just running, say, down the crossroads to do something, that's a lot of trouble. So that's why, one reason why we went back and looked it up.
They got a nice one out there at the airport.
Yeah.
If you don't know the code, you ain't going in there.
Right. And see, okay, that for instance, well, the fire department has a code, but they also have a key.
Yeah.
Okay. But Energy goes in there, they have their own code.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really, I didn't
And
know.
the gas company, whoever has to go inside the gate, as far as utilities or Redstone doing
Yeah.
construction, okay, I can call that company that made that touchpad and they can look it up and get a printout and everything. How many times Redstone's been in there and when was he?
Oh, the way we have this new one set up, you'll be able to do it from your phone.
Yeah,
I
well,
still
yeah.
remember,
see, that one's been out there for a long time.
Yeah.
That's why it's out of
I
work.
still remember the one out there.
Yeah.
But I'm not telling nobody what it is.
But anyway, so we've been looking into that. So James did get us a couple of estimates on it.
You're gonna love
I went to Bill Fence Company and they wouldn't even call us back, which we talked to them over a year ago when the plant burned. So what did it come up for?
Duncan, which is Jeremy Austin, 15,000.
Boy, I'm about to burn up. I
Yeah.
gotta get this coat
I
on.
don't know. Little Rock Fence was 20.
I was fixing to say, Little Rock Fence can be hiring anybody.
You're on
And
I'm
then,
spin straight around.
Don't keep pushing it, we don't.
This old coat's
Pants.
getting
Who done y'all's at seeing that?
Looks
You know?
like you've been
Ours
pretty
is in
good
the-
day's work. Been
There's
on them
no
knees,
pad on
right?
Is it not automatic? Oh, I thought it was.
And
There's a
then,
cantankerous little lock that I can't hardly get locked half the
This
time.
old
Pine
coat's
Bluff,
hotter
the
than you think it
Pine Bluff
would
fence
be.
was 17.6. But
For what?
Oh,
I'm
they're,
gonna
they have trouble
retire
getting out of
this
that,
year.
getting that door locked.
I fixed it.
we fixed it.
I'll be
Who's
Who's
79
that second
years
quote
old.
from?
Duncan and Little Rock Fence
Beginning
and.
Well,
of
you
next
walk
year,
right there and
that's
flip
Little
it.
Rock
Um,
Fence.
That boat just flipping the button.
No,
The-
I'm talking about
starts with a P.
unlocking it from the.
Unlocking the deadbolt, it still should be easy. You can just, yeah, it,
Used to be
I'll
Pine
give it a
Bluff.
shot.
That's just
I
putting
haven't
the
tried it
opener on it,
since
or is that everything
No,
you need
that's-
for the card reader and, or touchpad? and
That's
everything?
everything. That's a new gate, the rollers, the sliders, and a keypad in and a keypad out because I didn't want to do no sensor. So you got to do keypad in, keypad out. But also, it shuts after you go through, so you don't have to close it.
Right.
That's the way the airport
That's
says.
Wi-Fi. It'll run off. You know, it can run off the Wi-Fi, and it will have a solar thing for if power goes out. It'll have a manual deal if power goes
Yeah,
out.
you just triple lever in
Yeah.
it. Okay.
The one at the airport will let you out, the ones you've got in there.
Right.
You pull up to it and it'll trip them open for you.
that's one reason why we got to
Right.
talking about a
Just-
keypad to
Just on
let
the
out.
front.
Yeah, I would leave it back.
Because, you know, we got
That's
gravel
pretty
driveway.
Yeah.
Well, when they done the one at the airport and they had to dig up the driveway, they put SB2 down over the sensors.
You need to be-
And you couldn't hardly trigger it until they put the pavement. Once they put the pavement, you can trigger it. So that's why I said, let's see about getting a keypad, you know, you gotta let yourself out. I mean, it could be, since you're inside, it could be a simple push of one, you know, and you, it opens. But the one on the outside, you know, would be a code.
It'll still be the same code. He said that that's the only way they'll do.
Okay, well, whatever it
It's not a
is.
bad price.
I don't think it's a
After-
bad price.
Whenever I first seen it, I was like, oh, that's
Nah.
I didn't think it was gonna be that much. And then I got to
But, you know.
looking
you're gonna
around,
have-
I'm like, that really ain't that bad.
No,
I
it's,
bet
I mean,
you-
it's really not, but you know, now you're still gonna have to have 110 out there for your controller.
Yep.
So, you know, you'll need all that.
I need to look, see if my
Randy-
grandson
Yeah.
might pick
Yeah,
me up
that's so.
Yeah,
all the way through.
if he ain't, David, or James can take it,
Well,
or I can, it don't matter.
I let him go to Walmart's.
We'll make
I
sure
had
you
a
get
couple-
home.
I did have 2 beers, but I don't.
Even
drive,
if
I drink
we
one.
have to follow you and you walk. We'll still
Okay.
make sure you get home.
Got a bull whip.
You blame yourself on that one, cause I'm not staying up all night.
You know how far I walk, don't you?
But no, if he's out there, as far as I know, we're through with what we gotta do. You got anything else? Anybody else got anything?
A list of stuff to do.
I told him, give me at least an hour.
So you still work at CNL full time?
Well, like I say, check in, get us another estimate from, what's his name on the computer. And
What do y'all think about the gate?
I think we need one.
I think we need to have it by the next meeting, make a decision.
Yeah.
And
Why y'all gotta make everything wait till the next meeting?
I make a motion,
I
we
wanna
get the
see.
gate.
Is the threat to water is
I'll
real.
say.
All right, see there?
Okay,
It's a done deal, all in favor?
okay.
So I'm getting a gate?
Yeah.
After we get a written estimate,
It's got a gate.
Rusty.
I've got
can I
it.
speak?
sure, I want it wrote out. I mean, well, print it out then, but I want it wrote where he tells us what we get.
Yeah, I wanna know
Who's
how
on
much
side
it's
of it?
costing me, cause you sent him out there to put it
I'm
in,
assuming
and
the
it's coming
cheapest
back
one's
with
Duncan.
$20,000.
Are you gonna shut up?
No,
And we're going with the cheapest one, Duncan, right?
Yeah.
What you
that's
got
who I'd
going?
go with.
He's local.
I'd like to say something.
go ahead.
Each one of us in here in this room is a member of this water association,
Yeah,
okay? I was called upon by the board, they needed somebody, and I agreed to take it. But I promise you, it ain't worth the headache.
it's not.
They paid me a little old thing about $100 for a meeting, and that figures out about $3 a day if you don't have a whole lot going on. I'm in the same boat
Okay,
that you
well, long
folks
as
in.
she
That's
print
right.
He's in it, every one of us in here, no more. That may pay for my gas a little bit, but we ain't getting no money out of this
No.
thing, I promise
And
y'all.
this only
Just a
started,
headache.
And
this
we've
only
had,
started,
when I come on here,
2
we
years.
didn't, I've been here 3 years now. I don't remember. But we had no problems till this lightning hit the
Here,
plant,
excuse me, Mr.
and it all
Yes,
went south.
I'm gonna squeeze,
And-
Mike. I'll tell you if your grandson's
These,
It don't matter, tell him I'll be out there in a
these
minute.
people are just as
It ain't gonna hurt him, he's in
I
my
am.
Jeep.
Yeah, he's here.
Okay,
And your situation, has to be between you and the office, cause I really don't know the whole thing. And I'm not gonna make a judgment on it, cause I don't know what your conversation was on y'all's phone. But, we have the best pictures of y'all on our minds when we're in here doing this. I'm just letting each one of you know that.
that's the only reason we do it.
I
Try to
live
make
here,
things
I
fair.
live a half a mile south.
And I live just,
And I've been here,
just
I'm
west.
69, I've been here 60 of them years.
yeah, I've been here
So-
50 years.
This girl knows me. All of it. Anyway, thank y'all.
and
I
I'm
don't-
trying to think when this deal come up for the, but I can't remember, I know, but I do know me and David both have been on here
Oh, God.
over 30 years.
Every bit of it.
And this deal that you got $100 to come to a meeting started just 2-3 years ago.
It ain't that long.
No.
They used to give us 20.
Yeah. And that didn't start for a long time.
Yeah, we didn't get that
We
20
ain't
for
on there
many
for the money,
years.
that's
We
what
sat
I'm
there
saying.
free.
No.
Well, let me give y'all my address, I didn't get nothing.
There you go, John.
Yeah, but you're on Little Creek, call Trevor.
Yeah, you ain't got a dog in this fight on this side.
That's right, I
He
ain't got a
ain't
dog
been
in
fighting,
this.
no, he just been
That's what
busy.
I enjoyed about it.
Yes, you do, because that plant.
I make a motion to.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll second.
alright.
All in favor?
You still charge, you still.
We've adjourned, so if y'all
I
ain't
enjoyed
through,
it
too
myself.
late.
Get out.
Oh,
Nobody tried